Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I read this book, So Good They Can't Ignore You by Cal Newport way back in 2016 while I was still a medical student, and it pretty significantly impacted what I decided to do with my career. And so in this episode of Book Club, I'm going to share the 4 key rules from the book that really resonated with me. And if you're anything like me and you're also on this quest to find work and a career and stuff that actually fulfills you and that you actually enjoy, then hopefully some of these insights will be useful. Key point number 1, don't follow your passion. Now, our friend Cal opens his book by basically arguing that following your passion is really bad advice. And he uses the example of a speech that Steve Jobs gave, I think it was like 2005, a famous commencement speech.
Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking and don't settle.
It's all well and good for Steve Jobs to be like, hey man, you got to follow your passion. You got to love what you do. You got to keep on looking. You got to not settle. But that's not what Steve Jobs actually did. Back in the day, when he was in his early 20s, he was super into Zen Buddhism. So had he followed his passion, he would have become some kind of Buddhist monk. Instead, he took these sort of winding, circuitous steps in his career. He got really good at the thing that he was trying to do with his career, and he eventually found something that he really enjoyed. But he found it by virtue of being really good at the thing, rather than it being a pre-existing passion. And that's really the whole concept throughout the book, and that's why it's called So Good They Can't Ignore You. Because this whole model is that if you become so good that they can't ignore you, then you will find a career that you love.